Whereas the City of Turlock recognizes that in June 1984, an attack was ordered against the holiest Sikh shrine, the Golden Temple in Amritsar, India, resulting in the killing of more than 2,000 Sikhs and the burning of several dozen gurdwaras. And whereas the City of Turlock recognizes that in November 1984, after the assassination of India's Prime Minister, an organized and systemic attack was ordered and carried out against the Sikh population throughout India's capital, Delhi, and throughout 100 cities and 18 states across the country, resulting in mass killings with a clear intent to destroy the Sikh population. Whereas, despite widespread effort to seek justice, hundreds of criminal cases pertaining to Sikh murders in 1984 were closed by the police and have not been reopened. And whereas after 26 years, in February 2011, in a village in the state of Haryana, mass graves of Sikhs were unearthed and new evidence was discovered containing graves, ruined villages, burnt gurdwaras, and other traces of unaccounted victims. And whereas the official government of India reported that the 1984 Sikh Genocide accounted for an overall 30,000 lives lost, over 300,000 Sikhs displaced, and over 1,000 gurdwaras destroyed. And whereas today, Sikhism is the 5th largest religion in the world, with more than 23 million Sikhs worldwide and an estimated 250,000 Americans of Sikh origin, with California comprising nearly 40% of the nation's estimated Sikh population alone. And whereas Sikh Americans pursue diverse professions and walks of life, making rich contributions to the social, cultural, and economic vibrancy of the United States, including service as members of the United States Armed Forces, contributing to our great nation in agriculture, trucking, medicine, and technology, and have distinguished themselves by fostering greater respect among all people through faith and service. And whereas today, the City of Turlock seeks to further the diversity of its community and afford all residents the opportunity to better understand, recognize, and appreciate the rich history and experiences of Sikh Americans. Now, therefore, I, Gary Soiseth, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the City of Turlock, do hereby proclaim 2018 as Sikh Genocide Day and offer our remembrance and condolence to those lives lost and those lives who suffered from this horrific devastation.
Good evening, my fellow Americans, Honorable Mayor, respected City Council members. As we gather here today to recognize the 1984 Sikh Genocide that took place in New Delhi, India, we are reminded of the wisdom of American Nobel laureate Pearl S. Buck, and to quote her, "If you want to understand today, you have to search yesterday." Yesterday, in 1776, we all know these famous words of Thomas Jefferson, which forms the founding principles of America. We hold these beliefs to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Just 70 years prior to the Declaration of the American Principles, in the other side of the world, on the Indian subcontinent in Punjab, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th master founder of Sikhism, shattered the 3,000 years old Hindu Brahminical caste system of the elite, for the elite, and by the elite. This system that enforced that all are not created equal, and certain are created higher than the masses of India's population, thus creating the caste system which pervades India today. Guru Gobind Singh created a martial order of the Sikhs called the Khalsa and raised the sword against an all-out battle against tyranny of the overlords and the upper caste elites. For the next 10 years, Guru Gobind Singh Ji sacrificed everything to attain inalienable rights for the most downtrodden of society, referred by the elite caste as worms and untouchables. In 2009, the United States Commission on Religious Freedom placed India on its watch list, citing India's violence against its religious groups as a reason. Over the past decade, India has seen persecutions, pogroms, massacres, rapes of Dalits, Christians, Muslims, and Sikhs. The current Prime Minister of India was himself implicated in orchestrating the murders of Muslims in India. Laws to enforce conversion to Hindu religions are enacted. Here are some of the latest headlines relating to today's India, what's happening in India today. December 16, 2017, the National Herald had these headlines. Christians warned against celebrating Christmas by Hindu nationalists. December 17, 2017, the Christian Post reads, 30 seminary students arrested for singing Christmas carols. December 21, 2017, the Telegraph UK reads, right-wing Hindu groups warns Christians to celebrate Christmas at their own risk. December 19, 2017, the Daily Express UK, car of a Christian priest set on fire. There are so many headlines of lynching, rape, and murder, just like 1984 never ceased. 1984 still exists today. When we commemorate and remember the genocide of 1984, we learn of new killings, rapes, and tortures, not only of Sikhs, but also of Dalits, Christians, Muslims, women, and other victims of Hindutva nationalism. We applaud the city officials for showing courage. We are also grateful to the Turlock community, the Sikh Sangat, and the Sikh Gurdwaras for making this day happen. We also pray that our Creator continues to guide the leaders of the city to continue to be courageous in their pursuit of happiness for everyone, all Turlock, all Americans, all human beings in the world. And we also are grateful to our community leaders, Mr. Surjit Singh, Bao, Mr. Brar, so many good citizens of Turlock here who made our country great. Thank you, everyone. May God bless every one of us.